A certain Jewish man was once studying in France. He lived in a certain apartment complex, and after being there just a short time, he became friends with the man who lived on the floor below him. A Moroccan man, not Jewish, but they became the best of friends. One day he was talking to his friend, and his friend said, "Listen, I kind of got to go. I have to run some errands." He says, "Oh, yeah, what do you have planned?" He says, "Well, I have a relative that's coming later this evening. He's actually part of the royal family." The Jew couldn't believe it. He said, "I've never met anyone royal before. Do you think any chance I could come by and even just to get a glimpse of him to say hello?" His friend said, "Of course, come around this time." So the Jew came later when he was told to come, and he knocked on the door, and there, lo and behold, was a man dressed in royal garb. They both exchanged greetings, sat, had some tea, spoke a little bit. They were both intrigued by one another. Finally, towards the end of the meeting, the Jews extended an invitation to this royal person. He said, "You know, I have a nephew who has a bar mitzvah, is becoming a man, and I would love if you would be our guest of honor." So the Moroccan royal dignitary looked at his schedule and he said, "Listen, I'm afraid I can't make it, but I'm so thankful for the invitation. Here, please let me give a gift to the young boy who's about to become a man." He pulled out his checkbook and he wrote out a check, handed it over to the Jew, and when the Jew looked down, he almost passed out. There was written a check for 10,000 pounds. The Jew said, "I can't accept this. This is simply too much." The royal man looked at him with a straight face and he said, "Listen, with respect, this has nothing to do with you or your nephew, really. It's simply below me to give any amount less than that." Whether the story is true or not, and many believe it is besides the fact. This is a lesson when it comes to how we should think about the King of all kings. If for a royal individual of flesh and blood it was below his dignity to give anything less than 10,000 pounds, how much more so would it be below the dignity of the King of all kings than to bestow upon all of us an abundance both spiritually and physically? And we should therefore request it of him, for that is exactly what he is here to do. That is exactly what brings honor to him.